Welcome to Mice 2024. So with Nathan here from Bombora, who I've had a lot of kit from over the years. Terrific service, great prices I should say, if you can get, and great support too. So Nathan, thanks. You're going to show us this little baby here, which is the fellow Aiden.
Yeah, that's it.
Talk us through it.
Happy to, Tom. This unit from Fellows, long anticipated. It's a precision brewer.
What does it mean? What does it mean, precision?
Precision meaning we're not just percolating water through coffee. We're giving it a predetermined path to get an outcome that's desirable. So take a bean, a roast profile, and give it an extraction profile to represent the characteristics we're trying to get out of it. So the major motivator behind this is working with roasters around the world as well. So you'll be able to get a set of beans from participating roasters. They'll have a roast profile for those beans for the brewer. It's taking a bit of guesswork out of things. I like it as well because the sort of craft boutique nature of pour over is coming through to an automated bit of hardware. Okay, so it's idiot proofing it, for lack of a better phrase. It's also making it more approachable, okay, less intimidating. So I'll show you how it works.
Yes, please. So Nathan's going to walk us through an actual demo and from A to B, or A to Z I should say. But before we do, reservoir side is, I think you said 1.5 litres?
1.5 litre.
And you can do 1 to how many cups?
Well, that's the beautiful part about this one. So you've got two different baskets, one flat bottom and one cone. You can see here you've got adjustable shower head here. Yep. So 1 cup to 3 cups here. It will make 1 cup just as tasty as it'll make 10. What we're going to do is change it from 1 to 3 cups to 3 to 10 cups.
Color coordinated?
Yeah,
somehow?
Color coordinated, matching with the display here. And again, idiot proof for sure. You'll see in the demonstration that everything's based on colors, and it's very
just well thought through. Can I ask you about the heating? How long does it take to heat, and how do we know that what it says it's heated up to? I mean, how temperature stable and accuracy.
Yeah.
So first of all, how long does it take to get up to heat, and then talk us through a bit if you like.
Sure. The reason why this is coming out in October is because it would have been coming out 2 years ago, but Fellow's gone to painstaking research and development. First to get a grinder that grinds the best filter beans that you can, and then to build this machine. They've got some proprietary patented wizardry in here that your watchers are going to have to look at online. Right. And I don't know the words to.
Yeah, I've seen it. It looks really high tech.
It's capable of providing even pressure at consistent temperatures.
Right.
You're going to have to take it from Fellow. Or James Hoffman when he puts it through the paces, I would assume.
Yeah, or me.
With temperature, yeah, you're going to put like thermometers everywhere.
Well, whatever, we will, yeah. But two side by side.
Yeah, it's been a long path of R&D for them to get to this point, and they really are known for high quality builds and quality control. So we'll see. You'll have to do an empirical test and tag Fellow and let them know.
Well, there's been some pretty big names that have already given it a thumbs up, such as good old Lance Hedrick. So he knows what he's talking about with filter.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, the idea of having that consistency of temperature and being able to change it so quickly is to represent like different brew profiles. So we can customize the bloom time and the bloom temperature. And then the subsequent pulses between 2 and 5, we can choose how many to program and what temperature each pulse brews at. And there isn't any warm-up time, and there's no latency between the pulse temperatures. So
that's pretty amazing. And once you've got it dialed in, I mean, you've got a roaster's recipe to say, well, you potentially could have a roaster's bean and roaster recipe to say, this is how we think we can get the optimal out of this bean. You can rinse and repeat.
Absolutely. And I think the biggest thing about having that consistency between the roaster and the end user is if you're matching what they use, they're giving you the profile, so that's easy. But then if you match it up with the grinder as well, they can say to you, 5 and a notch. And you'll
clever.
Yeah, not everybody has a Lytel's grain size annualizer.
No, so not everyone wants to have one.
Yeah, consistency is key. Yeah.
So you've got a Fellow Ode Gen 2.
That's right.
And you've got the Fellow Aiden. Mm-hmm. It's, as you said, Tom proof, or otherwise known as idiot proof.
Yeah.
And the thing I love about it is that because of the claimed temperature, precision, and stability, you can rinse and repeat. Tell us about the dial here at the front. We've got something that looks fairly simple. Is just one dial, press, click, wind. What is that going to control?
Super intuitive. The resting home screen's just time, which I don't have demonstrated here. But as soon as we click out of that, this is going to give us our settings, our brew profiles, and our customization. Okay, so this is what it looks like when you approach it first. It's got the time on it. Obviously, that's not today's time.
I hope not.
I gotta go home if that's true. Instant brew, that's a predetermined profile. I'm not sure of the variables on that one.
Yep.
We tried that first time we put coffee in it, just to see what would happen. Then we jumped over to the guided brews. So out of the box, this is gonna come with a light roast, a medium roast, and a dark roast. Then cold brew at the
And cold brew.
Yeah.
Boom,
Yeah.
look at that.
Who knew? Surprise after surprise. You can program it with a ton of your own profiles too. I'm not sure what the upper limit of that is. We've put in a few, we've deleted a few, but let's have a look at the actual variables we've got control over. So we'll come down to profiles. We can customize the preset profiles, which I think is really important.
Yeah.
Okay, and we'll come down to our one. Okay, so obviously the name, the temperature of the brew as well.
So tap to edit a particular field.
That's right, yeah. And that's X'd out because that's just the temperature of the full brew. If I just wanted one temperature for all the pulses and the bloom. But we've sort of dug a bit deeper than that.
And ratio.
Ratio is important. I'm going to bring that down a little. Okay, cold brew, yes or no. Okay, advanced. Here we've got our bloom, enabled or not. Oh, I had it disabled. That's why I had trouble dialing this in. That makes sense now.
Now we know why.
Now we know why. Ratio of the bloom. The range on that one, 1.2, 1.2.5 to 1.3.
And folks, just remember that you can dive as deep as you want to with this, but you can also just use the presets, which is what I would start with.
I have more success with the presets, but I can't help myself. Okay, duration for the bloom as well. We've just got a standard 30 seconds.
Okay.
The range on that one's up to 60.
Right. More than enough.
Yep, and down to 1.
Less than enough.
All right, let's give it 30 because that's just what I do.
So folks, we're going to do an actual brew here.
And I'm going to turn the temperature right down on this one. There's a reason for that. The carafe has been making coffee all day. Fellow make incredibly high quality insulated containers we know from their keep cups. So this thing stays hot after it's been preheated, even when it's empty. So I'm going to bring the temperature of that brew down just so we can sip it right away and taste it. Yep. All right. You want to make some?
Yeah, let's do it.
Beautiful. Okay, we'll go 4 cups. Now, I would normally grind the coffee.
Yeah.
And then determine my ratio, and then go from there. And then maybe tell the machine if it needs telling what's going on. This is streamlining the end user's workflow. So we're going to choose how much coffee we want to drink because it's about the coffee in the cup. So 4 cups is going to be 600 mils. Okay, so we've got a guest coming over. You know what? Let's add a little bit more. 4.5, 675 mil. Click OK. Insert.
Batch basket.
Yep. So it knows what basket is in there.
And we're going to do the flat bottom basket because we want more than 2 cups.
They make the rock and world go round. We're going to change that. Make sure that the color of the basket matches the color of the shower head.
Right. Cool.
It comes with papers. Fellow will sell them separately too.
Yep.
Now come back to the screen. It's telling us how much to put in there because we've chosen the ratio.
Very clever.
42 grams. I'm just measuring out on the tally here, which is what I'd use to do a manual pour over normally. I'm just using the weight function on this though. What was it? 40.
It was 42 grams.
Go a little bit more. Where was I at last time? 6. I'm going to dial it back a notch. I forgot to put my little finger on it.
Yeah, I never use it anyway.
Yeah. Gets in the way.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it lost point
2.
2. It's not bad.
Yeah, we're okay with that.
Yeah.
It's one of the things I like is that it's a nice big basket, so pouring it in is not going to go everywhere. Most of it's going to go where you want it to go.
And honestly, I mean, I wouldn't call it an innovation. It's just a sensible design choice to have it removable.
Right.
Yeah. My brewer at home sits close underneath the cabinet, and then I'm filling it up with a Brita jug, and you can't.
And it
it's a pain in
spills,
the- yeah.
and also cleaning it so much easier if you can take it to the sink and wash it once a week.
Okay, cool. So I'm going to pat the bed down a little bit.
Yeah. We're just evening the bed out a little bit so that the...
Not essential, just something from habit.
Yeah, I'll probably do that too.
And
yeah.
what we'll be able to see when we're finished brewing is all the little craters on there and how wide the dispersion of water is.
And you're okay to leave it a little lumpy?
Yeah, I'm fine with that. Yeah, it's
okay.
sort of, it's want to show, what's going to happen at 6 a.m. and the baby's woken up and everybody's foggy and...
Oh,
you need to
those
just
were the
make
days.
coffee. Yeah.
Okay.
Precise coffee. Cool.
Starting brew. It's got 4 minutes 55. Is that predicting when it's going to be finished in 4 minutes 55
seconds?
seconds?
Amount of time.
Okay.
It'll go through the motions and you can read it as it goes. The last thing it'll show is a drip finish and counting down. It usually does a drip finish somewhere under a minute, and it usually finishes before the countdown.
I like this because you know you've got 4 minutes. You can go and powder your nose, or you can rinse some cups, or you can ask your wife if she wants a coffee or whatever.
We could have told at what time we wanted this to come out at and done this the night before. So there's got that predetermined alarm settings in there.
So just to make sure we got that, you can set it up so that it starts to brew at a certain time in the morning. Is that right?
Yep, that's right.
Okay.
So that it's finished brewing.
So it's finished brewing.
At a time.
So when you wake up, it's good to go.
That's right.
If you are evil enough to grind your coffee the night before, that is possible.
And I've turned the beeps off on this because I'm not a fan of beeps.
So it can be beep free.
Yeah,
Yay.
that's right. Yeah. I don't know if it plays a little jig when it's done or not.
Yeah, hopefully not.
Well, it depends what it is.
Yeah.
But no, I turned off the sound. There are some settings in there along those lines as well.
Yeah.
The functionality of the app, because this isn't released yet, it's not in the Australian App Store, this app, but that's going to give you additional functionality. I would assume updates over time as well.
Yep.
So
So if you want to nerd out in the app, you can do that. And but you can use it app free, as you've seen.
Yeah, I think you're going to need to connect it to the app to give it the profiles from the roasters.
That makes sense.
Yeah, but you can totally be app free, absolutely.
Okay, cool.
Underneath, there is storage for the cable. You can coil it all the way around.
If you want to transport it.
Yeah, or even just for cable management. So I won't show you while it's brewing, but underneath you can have it so the length of cable coming out is whatever you like, and just so it's a nice architectural looking piece. Cables are kind of ugly, so yeah.
Tell us about the color. Black only?
Black only for now.
Okay.
I saw the head developer, a fellow, in an interview talking about, he was asked the same question, and he smiled and said, maybe white, and then we'll see.
Yeah, okay.
So, like with the kettles, there's the stone blue and the
They've got the green, they've got a beautiful green
It's
color.
stunning.
My philosophy is, number one thing is what's in the cup. It doesn't matter how ugly the machine is, whether it's a grinder, whether it's a brewer, whatever, what's in the cup.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
After that, give me something pretty.
Yeah, definitely.
Because I like the eye candy. I like to go to the bench in the morning and go,
gram is thirsty.
my God, that looks good. The fellow kettles with the white and the timber and the green and everything.
Yeah, it feels retail therapy every morning.
Yeah.
You wake up and you go,
After that, it's workflow.
Yeah, okay.
The workflow definitely comes after aesthetics, for me at least.
Are you constantly bench brushing your
just
the white? So I like the look of the white ones, but
people say, but it's white, it's going to show every bit of dirt. I said, that's the advantage. It's not because they've got to keep it clean.
Yeah, exactly.
And my wife tells me that if I took 10% of the care around the house that I do with my espresso bench, she would be very happy.
She gets all the nice coffee. All right, you beauty. So.
Okay, shall I do the honors?
Go for it.
We pour some for the camera crew.
Absolutely.
Don't leave the camera crew out. And is that
that is hot.
Is that going to stay warm on there? Is that a heater underneath?
Not a heating plate. Trust me.
No, under at the bottom.
Yeah, no. Yeah, not a heating. But
Okay, you don't want it?
You don't want it. I think so.
So if you wanted to, you could preheat that.
Yeah.
You know, wash it with boiling water. But after that, you're not going to need it.
Yeah, if the thermal carafe is built well enough,
Yeah, you're not going to need it.
it would drop a couple of degrees in hours.
That is steaming, and that came out at 88.
Yeah, so this is the thing.
This is
because it was
retaining heat.
preheated.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think that's the one variable we haven't figured out yet is what temperature to make the coffee at if it's the second, third, fourth, fifth batch.
Right.
Because we're pumping hot water into this all day.
Yeah. But it's heat on.
It's not 88. It's a little more, I think, and that's the lowest temperature I've brewed at so far.
It's heat on demand.
Yeah. That's out there.
Yeah, I mean, even at this heat, you've got different flavor notes. I probably want to let that cool a little bit, but
that's what we've been finding. Yeah, I usually make it and leave the cup here, and then come back to it. So,
but this, it's based on this, and this is a very small sampling, but based on this, it's going to compete well with a manual pour over.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. And you could make whatever the variables are here are going to be the same as tomorrow.
Right.
Whereas with the pour over, it's the first thing I do in the morning.
Yeah.
I have a precision brewer at home actually, like a Brewer, and I love it, and I've used it in my cafe as well. But I go back to pour over just because I like the routine of it.
Yeah,
I like
a place for both, right?
And it's no quick, faster or slower.
Yeah.
It's 3 minutes. It's 3 minutes, I guess.
Yeah, I'm the same.
But I'll have a different experience day to day.
Yeah.
And I can never remember if it's because did I adjust the grind yesterday, or did I change it this morning? My kids helped me grind.
But that diversity of experience is part of the pleasure of doing
or was
it.
it me
Yeah,
doing it?
yeah.
And so, I mean, that just makes things a bit
the
easier.
the reason I've got 2 of these pre-ordered is that I'm hoping I can get exactly the same coffee experience because they should be so temperature stable and so precise. And the only variable will be the grinders. Same beans, 2 different grinders, and then sample the cups. So that's what excites me about this. I still love my pour over.
Yeah.
But this is going to give me the precision and the mitigation or elimination of variables other than the 2 grinders.
Cool.
Yeah. So looking forward to it coming in October.
Yeah.
2024.
Love experimentation.
All right.
It's great.
Nathan, thanks for your time, sir.
Thanks for swinging by.
Cheers.